Hi, this is Josh Davis with LLSocial.com. I'm going to talk today and walk you through RebelMouse. You can go to RebelMouse.com and sign in with Facebook or Twitter, and then you'll get an invite. In my case, it took 3 or 4 days to get the invitation. If you do have a RebelMouse account, there are some things that you might not know about the service, so I'm going to try to walk you through them. So on the RebelMouse page, sign into Twitter. And this takes you to your page populated by those stories. In my case, I've used both Facebook and Twitter. This will give you some idea of what it looks like. It's a J-Masonry style, like Pinterest. So key elements, it has your name here as done by Twitter, and you can change that. Pretty much everything is editable here, so you can change it to however you want. It lists your Twitter follower numbers. You can edit your description. People can subscribe to you via Facebook. They can follow you with one click. They recommend some other RebelMouse users. Right now you can't follow anyone, so it's just a recommendation. When you roll over any section, you have options. One option, statistics. In this case, I just created my RebelMouse account for this account, so it doesn't have any statistics. But click the edit button. In this case, this is a tweet where I used the period before it, talking about a company I work with called Philsquare. So in this case, to make it look cleaner and less Twitter-like, I'll just change it from their hashtag to Philsquare and save. So now I have a cleaner look. You can also move it. So you maybe want another story. This is me in a video and I don't want it featured, so I drag it down here. And it actually becomes, this is the image right here, it becomes much smaller. And then something else moves up. As you can see, it even scales. At first, it's just using an image from Vimeo, and in this case, because it's larger, it actually shows the initial thumbnail screenshot. You can freeze a post. This keeps this story in this spot on the page. So if you have something you're promoting or you want to lead with certain content, you can freeze it. And the great thing is it will still update all the content around it, but it just freezes this one spot. So conceivably, you could freeze 5 or 6 stories at the top that you think are important, and everything below that would keep updating, which is pretty useful. And then you can also delete any post. So in addition to pulling from Facebook and Twitter, you can add a story. It's pretty basic blogging software. Add a post, add a headline. In this case, I don't have a picture or anything. This is a test. What makes me think they might have categories eventually is you can add a tag. Right now, I haven't been able to find where they're using tags, but we'll put the test tag in, hit save, and then it pops up right here. RebelMouse is pretty cool. This is a test. I'm going to look at the dashboard. You have collaborators. You can invite people to collaborate on a board, which is a pretty cool feature, especially to have initially. It's pretty rare to have collaboration that's originally in kind of a platform, so that's cool. Drafts. It seems to pull stories it thinks best fit the page, and anything that doesn't necessarily fit the page, like there's a lot of Facebook posts in here, they seem to go to the draft section. I'm not sure what they're using to determine what they post and what they don't, but honestly, it seemed to do a pretty good job. There's a couple stories in here, like the kid who built the arcade out of cardboard that I would want to include, so I will publish that. Facebook, they have the ability to do pages. Right now, I believe you can only connect one page. Twitter, you can publish tweets from another account. Test it out. We'll put LLSocial.com, which is Josh D. Add that. And then there's additional functionality, which is what you want done with those tweets. So there's a bunch of options. You can save tweets to a draft, and then you can publish them later. You can publish only tweets and not retweets, publish tweets and retweets, save retweets and retweets to draft, save tweets, and just show the timeline. So it just shows everything. It also has a star system, so you can give priority to blogs or to other accounts that you set up. You can also enter a hashtag. I'm going to do SMCLK, which is the Social Media Club of Lawrence. Same thing, you can have all these different options and you can prioritize the ratings. So that's actually a really clever system design. It's pretty basic right now, but it does give you some options for kind of customizing the look of your site. For contrast, we'll go back to my home page. and now you can see everything looks different. Obviously, I'm not going to use this font and this style, but it does give you that option. So there is this stick this button, like the pin it button, like the spring it button. You can drag that up to your toolbar. If you host your site on the RebelMouse.com domain, it's a free service. If you want to host on your own domain, it goes to $3 a month. And then there's also a corporate blog option. And I'm unsure how they distinguish between individuals and corporate blogs, but that runs $3 a week. So that gives you a quick overview of RebelMouse. If you want to try it yourself, you can go to RebelMouse.com, connect with either your Facebook or your Twitter account, and then you'll get an invitation. For more information on social media marketing or other topics, you can follow me at Josh D on Twitter, and my website is llsocial.com. Thanks.